Speaker recognizes Representative Albert.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate the opportunity today to speak about House Bill 5558. This is a bill to prohibit the use of aborted fetal tissue in medical research in the state of Michigan. This is a horrific and barbaric practice that has led to the creation of an industry that revolves around the commodification of human beings. I could go into excruciating detail about the horrifying aspects of this practice, but I have decided it is best to spend my time today to address the central question which I have heard from my colleagues. That question is, why not allow something good to come out of a tragic situation like abortion? Practically speaking, there is an abundance of effective and ethical alternatives that can be used in place of aborted fetal tissue, like umbilical cord blood, adult stem cells, and postmortem tissue. All of these ethical alternatives have shown successes and should be pursued in place of harvested aborted tissue. However, if I try to answer this question by appealing to practicality, then I will not effectively answer the question about allowing good to come out of tragedy. This is because it is not a legal question, but rather a moral one. And a question of this nature cannot be answered by appealing to the mind, but rather must be appealed to the heart. As I am sure all of us can attest, we have had circumstances that have occurred in our lives which later, with hindsight, have ended up being a blessing in disguise. It happens all the time. It is also a pattern that reoccurs over and over through Scripture. From the fall of Adam and Eve, when all seemed lost and mankind would be doomed, God promised a Redeemer to come, to the Passion of Christ, who suffered a bloody sweat, a cruel scourging, and was nailed to a cross and died on it, which, of course, this horrific tragedy led to the redemption of mankind. Does this good outcome justify the means as to how it was attained? No, it most certainly does not. We cannot distort the fact that God is all-merciful and permits good to come out of evil as a justification of permitting evil in itself. God's love is infinite, but that does not mean that he will withhold his justice when those who could prevent evil from occurring do nothing. I encourage my colleagues to support House Bill 5558.